Where am I? What time is it? Man, it's a good thing you only get to celebrate these birthday things once a year. Can someone tell that elephant to get off my head now? Oh yeah, questions. Where were we? Ah yes, here we are at some questions from Tanuki KGA. 1. What is the cure for cancer? Oh wow, that's just a great question to open the day with, man. This subject does, however, interest me quite a bit. However, to go into detail how I think about cancer and treatment would probably fill up an entire, most likely boring, video alone. In short, though, I don't really think there is a cure. Cancer needs healing, or at the very least a combination of the two, and yes, there is a difference. 2. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Facebook, most likely. 3. What is the capital of Asyria? I'm not falling for that one. We all know that there are no cities on that moon yet. 4. Should I ask some real questions too? You mean those were just to warm up and I could have stayed in bed 5 minutes longer? Damn, man. 5. What was your favorite cartoon as a kid? Ah man, that's such a hard call. I've watched so many cartoons like many of you, I'm sure, and I liked a lot of those. You know, I'm actually going to say the old Looney Tunes. They just always manage to make me laugh and cheer me up. They don't make fun stuff like that anymore. 6. If you could pick a destination anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Well, I've always really liked to visit Australia and Tasmania in particular sometime. It just looks so beautiful there and Australian people seem really nice, laid back and relaxed. Too bad the trip is so stupidly expensive though. Jet49er asked some questions too. 1. Even though you seem to bash CDI games a lot, is the CDI your favorite system? Or is another system your pick? I find the CDI a fascinating system and a pioneering one in many regards. However, it's certainly not my favorite. It had good ideas, but overall the fun factor just isn't there. For my favorite console overall, I think I'm going to have to go with the original PlayStation actually. It just has such a huge library of varied games. There is something for everyone on that thing. 2. What is your favorite video game of all time? This is nearly impossible to say as there are so many great games out there. Just for the heck of it, I'll just say what comes to mind first, which is The Adventures of Alundra for the PlayStation. It's an amazing game and a true Zelda beater in my book. Ask me this question again next week and it'll probably be a completely different game though. But Alundra will still be amazing. If you never played it, then shame on you. Now for some questions from Smart Lamppost. 1. I know you don't have particular favorite music styles, but what are the bands you find yourself listening to the most? I'm really crap with names in music, to be honest. Some things I do know I like are Queen, Deep Purple, The Old Prodigy and Within Temptation. I also really enjoyed the early works of Kraftwerk. There's probably more, but I just forget always, sorry. 2. What are the Netherlands like? Cold, rocky, made of chocolate? I wanna know! Well, this is also something that could fill a whole video. If there's serious interest in the Netherlands, I'd be happy to show some of it in some videos sometimes. Just let me know, guys. In general, it's a pretty awesome country to live in. It's wet though. If you have fear of water, then don't go here, because half of it is below sea level. Winters aren't too cold here, anymore at least, and summers are pretty mild too lately. However, they do tend to get rather humid, which makes them pretty unpleasant for some people. It's also not made of chocolate, but out of milk and cheese. Some questions from Necrofucker now. 1. Would you consider holding a competition where people can send you original tunes and songs to be your next intro theme? If people want this, then yeah, for sure. My artistic talents are crap, so I take any help I can find to spice my videos up a bit. That being said, I am quite happy with the music Matt Howlett has just made for me, and I probably don't need any more anytime soon. But yeah, if people like the idea of competition for some creative talent, then yeah, for sure, I'd be happy to host something like that for a new intro or whatever. Maybe a new background for my channel or avatar picture or something. Who knows? 2. Mega Drive or SNES? I really like the SNES and it's technically probably the better system as far as performance go, but I'm still going to go with the Mega Drive. I just enjoyed the games on that one a bit more and especially the multiplayer ones. The King asks, would you please do a review of Klonoa? Klonoa is indeed a fun platformer. I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but I don't own it. I rented it for the PlayStation and completed it over a weekend and never went and bought it afterwards. I did kind of regret it though, as I did really enjoy it. Maybe I'll get the Wii version at some point. So for now I won't review it as I just don't have it. Also with the Wii release it already has been covered quite a bit lately and it's good to see that the game series is finally getting some well deserved mainstream praise. Some questions from Dexomni. 1. What do you like best and least about Rotterdam in particular and the Netherlands in general? For Rotterdam, I'd say I really like the harbour. It's just great strolling along the Maas, seeing all the different ships. It's a wonderful sight. What I don't like is how modern Rotterdam is. Now it does have a good excuse for being mostly blown up in World War II, but it's such a shame. In comparison to cities like Amsterdam and Utrecht, the architecture of Rotterdam just looks really boring to me. For the Netherlands as a whole, I actually like how small it is. It's just easy to get everywhere in the country pretty quickly, although you will want to avoid rush hour if you choose to go by car. Something I hate about this country is that it's pretty damn expensive. Seriously, we are masters of inventing taxes. 2. Who are your personal heroes and why? I'm going to go with Milton Erickson and Anthony Robbins. I admire the works of both and I would really like to learn a lot of the skills those two have been putting out. In a way you could say those are my two main role models in my studies. 3. What is the meaning of life from your own perspective? To experience that which is. Man, I should write a book on that one. 4. What would it take to get you to post more reviews more often? Well, not to sound greedy, but a bag of money would help. What I mean by that is basically that it is just a hobby and with any of those it will get shoved to the backseat whenever something more important comes up for me. On the other hand, as I've been getting more and more subscribers and viewers, the dedication towards making new content has been growing too. Tough Talk asks, will Holland win in the World Cup 2010? I don't really follow football, so I have no idea. I don't even know who will be in the team this time around. That being said, I think it's pretty safe to say that you'd best not expect much. Unless you're betting on Holland losing because of a penalty shootout or something. Chaosbringer666 asks, what's your favorite movie? Oh wow, gee, way too many to choose from again. Let's just be on the safe side and go with The Terminator 2 for now. By the way, while we're on the subject of movies, has anyone seen Land of the Lost from this year? That's a funny movie, one that actually made me laugh. Pretty unique these days for me, most modern movies suck. And movie critics are mostly sour douchebags. Of course they rated this movie like crap too, idiots. Evil Clown 1986 asked, do you have a favorite supervillain? Not really, and none really jump out now. Let's just say Lex Luthor is pretty awesome, yeah. Matt Howlett asked, when are you going to show Fish Grab? Fish Grab is one of the games on that unit that he has sent me, so it'll be shown in the next series of Name That Ripoff, which I think I want to start somewhere around half November. Finally, we have a couple of questions from SpoutDude03. 1. Are there any accounts on this website that you want to be suspended or closed? It's simple for me, live and let live. What I don't like, I don't watch, so it can't bother me. So there are no accounts I want to see removed. 2. What kind of websites do you usually visit and why? Well, this probably doesn't come as any surprise, but I do tend to go to YouTube nowadays. Not only for my own videos, but it's also a lot of fun to check out the videos of other people. And another website I frequent often is the one from RetroWare TV, not only for their videos, but also for their community, which is just awesome. And, well, other sites, I like to go to gaming news sites and be a bit up to date with that stuff. 3. Do you think humor can be implemented into text reviews? Yeah, I think it can, but missing the intonation in a voice and or the expression of a face does make it harder. Sarcasm, for example, is very hard to portray correctly in text only, as it will really hang on the interpretation of the reader if it already says such or not. But yeah, humor in text is very possible. And with that we actually come to the end of all the questions. Thanks again everyone for coming up with these. It was a lot of fun to go through again. Also, thanks for watching of course, and as always, I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to end this with an apology to both Mark Vergeer and Tanuki KGA for not making a response to their Halloween tag. I did have something fun planned, but the computer problems got in the way. So I'm really sorry for that. But hey, at least I'm still in time to wish everyone a very happy Halloween tonight. Until next time guys, take care.